Hey traders, welcome back to another video. Today we are taking a look at several markets as we get started with this week. A couple things you need to know as we get started. Today is a holiday in the United States. It is Memorial Day here in the United States. So my friends in the US, happy Memorial Day to you. And for people outside of the US, please know that this, of course, will cause the markets to potentially be a little quieter today, as the US, of course, does make up a big chunk of the trading volume that goes through the markets. On top of this, another announcement that I really think is important to talk about is the debt ceiling update that we got over the weekend. Joe Biden and the Republican McCarthy, they basically worked out what they believe to be a solid deal to a compromise, if you will, to satisfy the debt ceiling concerns in the markets right now. Now, of course, this has a lot of impact on several charts, which we're going to get into in today's video. But I want to start with the dollar here. The dollar continues to be very strong. And in this video, what my goal is to do is to show you kind of my current outlook on some of these assets. The dollar, we'll talk about some currency pairs, gold, the indices, etc. What I want you to know about the dollar here is that I'm actually pretty surprised that this thing didn't come down harder off of this news. A lot of fear was surrounding the debt ceiling, and when this debt ceiling resolution came, I expected to see more downside to the dollar. And so this yet again puts me in the same camp I was last week. I am not necessarily a dollar bull, but I'm definitely not going to sell this thing until you see signs of actually seeing decline. Now, why is this so strong? Well, last week we had PCE numbers, which showed inflation being very stubborn, and rates are now forecasted to actually go higher here in the United States in terms of interest rates. So we'll talk about that in more detail as we go along here this week. But the dollar for me right now is a really strong upward trend. If you're a bull on the dollar, then congratulations. This thing has been a monster for you, I'm sure. And again, pullbacks until further notice do look like dip opportunities in my perspective. Now, like I said, there are some other things that I'm just a little bit more interested in trading, which we'll go over in this video. But first, I want to show you guys where we're at in terms of the latest on the EDGEFINDER's Smart Money Tracker. I like to do this every Monday. It's a great time to keep an updated look as to what institutional money is buying and selling. Check this out. You've got the gold market still staying in the number 2 spot and euro in the number 1 spot. Now, what do I mean by 1 and 2? Well, institutional money can actually be traced via the COT report data. The problem with the COT report data is that it comes out in a terribly ugly and hard to read text file that, it takes like so much work just to get what you want to see out of it. So what we do with our software is our software pulls in that text data and it creates a visualization of what is said on the COT report data so that we can track what non-commercials, aka large speculators like hedge funds, are doing in the markets. So let's get a quick rundown as to where we want to be with smart money here this week. So gold, again, maintaining a pretty long exposure overall, though one thing you'll notice is that look at this. The latest change shows a pretty steep decline in contracts on the long side. So this is actually closing of long positions on the gold side, so which I find that very interesting, but it kind of makes sense when we go take a look at the gold chart here. The gold chart has been a really ugly one here, continues to decline and actually tested a new recent low around 1938, let's call it, last week. So the question will be for the bears out here, are retests just opportunities to sell? Well, again, the dollar strength looks really, really strong right now, and each retest seems to be a tough a tough spot for bulls as sellers come in and push it back down. So for me, looking at gold, the overall bias here would be bearish until we get some sort of break to the other side, right? Notice how we retested resistance here and just fell off a cliff very quickly, and then we took out the lows again, retested that same area. I mean, this is just bearish price action, and despite me thinking that there may be some upside to gold this year, I cannot be long when price action looks so ugly to the downside. So sellers are, I think, in control of this market for now, and until that changes, I'll be avoiding this one, but selling opportunities on rips for the technical traders out there could be something to look into. Of course, as always, This is not financial advice. This is me just sharing my analysis and opinions. Let's keep going with some other charts here. Quick look at the euro, which is a similar story. The dollar being so strong continues to suppress the price of the euro. So if price comes up into this area, I do actually think that this is a possible selling opportunity. And if I was to trade the dollar right now, it would probably be a short on the euro, right? Price action looks so clean. And take a look at this. The other one is the pound USD, but we'll get to that one in a second. You can see just a beautiful downward trend on this euro USD. Right, you just have a very clean, downward structure here. And if price does make a little poke up into this area, I think that sellers probably get a hold of it pretty quick until further notice, as the momentum is just very strong for the dollar strength and euro weakness. Similar story with the pound USD, guys. You can see here is a pretty clean chart that I was looking at in yesterday's. I was doing some analysis yesterday, and you can see level of support, pretty stubborn around that 1.2380, 1.24, give or take. Price retested this area a couple times. If it does come into this area, again, I think that this area is generally more on the sell side. Let's see what the EDGEFINDER has to say for the euro and for the dollar against the pound especially. You can see it's pretty weak. The EDGEFINDER is definitely on the camp of the bull USD side. And so if I'm being honest, there may be some opportunities that I have to take if I'm going to, stick true to what I do, which is I watch what the EDGEFINDER has to say. There is some momentum trades that are existing right now on the euro. And so I may have to take a bite on that, which is, a little bit of putting my pride aside and just going with the flow of things. The dollar looks very strong. And until that inflation story flares up again, I think that, or inflation cooling, I should say, that story flares up again, which it does not seem to be right now. I think that I have to kind of just take this one on the chin and say, hey, there might be some opportunities in the dollar that I'm missing right now. So that's where I'm at. Again, what I do here when I take trades on the channel, guys, I use the EDGEFINDER, which is our proprietary software that my company builds. I am my company, A1 Trading, that I run. We build software tools for traders. And what our software does is we take into account several key factors, right? Inflation, unemployment, interest rates, retail sentiment, COT data, and we generate through our algorithm, a scoring system for all of these different metrics. And so, for example, right now, what you can see here is the stronger sells are coming in on NZD USD, Pound USD, Aussie dollar, Euro dollar, and opportunities on the long side are looking interesting. Dollar yen, dollar CAD, US oil, right? You've got several charts here as well to look at on the other flip side. So I generally start with the watch list and I go through here and I look for opportunities that are on the most extreme side of things. By the way, there are more assets than this. If I add in the neutrals, you can see we do have gold and the S&P and such. But they're kind of just trading in the neutral area. So let's just keep that one off. And again, this is kind of where I'm going to focus for newer trading opportunities as we go along. I do think that some of the dollar crosses look kind of interesting. Pound USD. Here's the thing. The story behind the pound USD looking so strong for a little while made a lot of sense because, again, the Federal Reserve was kind of lending towards, hey, we're going to pause that, or that's what it seemed to be. We were headed towards pause land on the interest rate story, but then it changed. And as soon as that changed, this kind of weakness just resumed on the pound USD. So I'll be watching this one closely. This, as well as the euro, look very sell heavy right now. So, if there's something else or opportunity for me, I may look at it. Here's the NASDAQ, and I am long NASDAQ. I showed you guys this trade last week. It was a really, really good trading week for me last week. I caught the NASDAQ on the way up on a pullback here, and it absolutely ripped from my entry, which was an incredible, incredible trade for me. I said, I posted all about this, of course. I don't want to come across as like, hey, this is me every day kind of thing. This is an exceptional trade for myself, up about $6,300 or so, well, $240 now, on this particular trade. And again, I've only been in this one for a few days now. So it's an incredible, incredible run. I caught this one and shared it inside of our Discord channel, which, by the way, if you guys are not already inside of the Discord channel and you would like to be, this is what it looks like. We have chat rooms available. We have all of the trades being shared. So I've got two trades on. I've got Euro, Yen, and I've got NASDAQ. So this trade was shared inside of the group. But one thing about our group that you should know is our group is not a copy signal service. It is a service where you can get trade alerts for what I'm trading, as well as Frank and Ivan, who are my colleagues in the space. But on top of this, it is full analysis with every trade. So if you're looking for something where you can just copy someone blindly, this is probably not for you. But if you're looking to improve and you're looking to also be able to see what I'm doing in terms of trades while also reading along with the analysis behind it, this is the space for you. So I share all of my trades, NAS, Euro, Yen, whatever I'm doing. So again, this is a trade that I called out inside of the group. And if you'd like to join that, the link will be down below in the description. Here's a quick look at where you can get access to a sale discount. If you made it this far in the video, you can get a discount just by using code YTVIP. Click the link down below in the chat down below there, or in the description down below, and you'll have an opportunity to get that discounted sale price. So there you go. We'll take a look also at Euro Yen. I'm not logged into my broker, but I do have a Euro Yen. I'm not logged in on my Oanda account on TradingView, but Euro Yen continues to look strong. If price continues, however, to pull back further than this, I'll probably just be taking profits. I do have a stop loss just below here. So if price does decide to keep going lower here today, I will be out for a profit. Though, you know, I entered back in this candle here. It was a really spot on entry that I wish I could catch every single time. They're not all that pretty, but I did end up getting long around this area. And so it's been really, really good. So I've got my stop trailed just behind here. If we do put in a higher low, then the goal is to trail stops further. So for those of you guys, we've trailed stops from our initial entry all the way up now. I am watching to see if this level breaks to get out. So that is where I'm at with EURJPY. Again, guys, if you want to join the VIP, it is the spot to be. I genuinely mean it. Yes, I know a lot of people sell services, and you may have been in groups before that are not super beneficial or super great to you, but I can assure you that the value that you're going to get from ours is very high. The reason for that, the reason I'm confident in that, is that there's a lot of people in this group, but I have a staff of 10 people total that make all of this stuff possible. So our group is far more professional than I would say the average Discord channel or group. It is not just a rambunctious spot. It is run by a professional team of people that make this possible. Of course, I'm sharing my trades, but we also have announcements. We do fun events. We share updates with you guys. We share content. We do coaching webinars within the group. I'd encourage you at the end of this video, click the link down below and just check it out for yourself. See if it would be a fit for you. Again, a lot of traders, what they do is they kind of aimlessly wander when it comes to trading. They fire from the hip. They don't know what they're doing. They don't build strategies, and they just kind of wander and hope that they someday become profitable. I would highly encourage you, if you are genuinely serious about this stuff, come join the group. It is a small fee to pay in the grand scheme of things, if it does indeed help you through our educational portal. Again, you can get in here, spend so much time going through how we build strategies, and also included here, guys, in the education portal. If you don't already have, if you are a member with us already, spend some time here today. Today is a quiet day in the markets. Go to the education portal and read through some of our strategy guides. We have put in a ton of work and even written down my strategy, Frank's strategy. You can read through the way that we trade and take notes to see if that's something, experiment with what we do, and you can fully read the explanation behind why we trade. So if you're not a member, use that link down below in the description with promo code YTVIP, and you'll get a discount off of the group. And again, you can come join the action. We do coaching webinars, chat rooms, and you can see all the trades. Frank is in a trade, I think right now, dollar yen. He was on a dollar yen trade. He was also on a pound Aussie trade that went quite well for him. So yeah, you get all the updates, and again, breakdowns with it, right? We analyze the markets together within the group. So come join us. It's a great spot to be, especially if you're a very serious and aspiring trader, and hope to meet some of you guys in there soon. Thanks, guys, for watching today. Have a great trading day. We'll see you back tomorrow.